What comes to your mind when you think of a CEO or an important figure in a company? Do you think of a scary, intimidating boss, maybe a really powerful authority figure? Do you see this figure expressing a lot of emotion or not that much emotion on a daily basis? Now imagine that figure when there has been a crisis within an organization. How do you see them handling that crisis? Do you think that they would address the public with a lot of emotion and a lot of sympathy and a lot of sadness in their voice? Or do you think that they would take a more neutral, business, strictly approach? Hi, my name is Riley Gustis, and I will be analyzing the article, The Power of Empathy, the Dual Impacts of an Emotional Voice in Organizational Crisis Communication. So throughout the article, authors D. Whale, Scoffs, and Clays analyze exactly how emotion expressed from the voice of a CEO affects the public's view of the organization. So in the article, two studies will take place, both in which a CEO is going to be talking at a press conference addressing a crisis that has happened within an organization. So there's a more specific crisis that is explained in the article, but just for now, a CEO is addressing a crisis, and they're talking to the public about the crisis that happened within the organization. Based on the type of the emotion that the CEO reveals to the public, either a sad voice or a neutral voice, researchers will identify three components and compare these three components to the sad voice or to the neutral voice. So the things that are being measured are the participants' empathy towards the CEO, the perceived powerfulness of the CEO, and the attitude towards the organization after they heard the press conference fragment. So, in order to measure these factors, random participants listened to two audio fragments. Half of the participants listened to the CEO talking at a press conference with a sad voice, kind of more emotion, and then the other half of the participants listened to the CEO talking at the press conference with just a neutral voice, kind of strictly business. So after each group listened to the press conference, the audio fragment, they then filled out a questionnaire rating each component that is being measured in the study. So the empathy towards the CEO, how they feel about the company afterwards, those three factors. As a result, the data revealed that the public's attitude towards the organization was positively affected when the CEO revealed a sad and emotional voice. However, the sadness in his voice did make him seem less powerful, so the organization was positively affected when the CEO spoke with a sad voice. However, his powerfulness did go down. However, when the CEO spoke with a neutral voice, data showed that the attitude towards the company went down. The people did not really like when he used a neutral voice. So, relating this back to organizational communication, the findings from the study clearly demonstrate the use of nonverbal cues and how important they can be in an organizational setting. Both participants just listened to an audio fragment of the CEO talking, so it was all nonverbal. They didn't see how he acted. They couldn't watch his body language. It was all nonverbal, so all tone of voice. Showing deep concern and emotion in times of crisis have both positive and negative effects on the company as a whole. As an OrCom student, the material that was discussed in this article was actually very interesting. For someone who is the future employee of possibly an organization, seeing how certain companies might address a situation can be seen as a red flag or a green flag. For example, showing more concern for a big crisis that has occurred within the organization would appear to me as more of a green flag. And if a company in the future has made a mistake and they speak out on it, and I notice some nonverbal cues that they're expressing, it might reveal how their organization lies as a whole collectively. In all, this article helped readers become more aware that expressing emotions, specifically sadness in this article, increased the public's empathic concern, and as such had a positive impact on the attitude towards the organization. Thank you.